Hey guys, Zach here, and this video is going to be a little bit different compared to what I normally do, but yeah. First of all, I just want to give a couple updates. One update involving the move. So basically, we've bought the house that I was telling you about in my last video. So yeah, we should be moving around June, so expect videos between July and August. Maybe September, and I might be able to squeeze a couple videos in there for, June. There are two videos that I'm definitely going to make in June, but, I might have to cancel Jurassic June, which is kind of a bummer, to be honest, but, that's something I can't help. Because there are a lot of things that I really want to do for Jurassic June, but obviously that's probably not going to happen, so, yeah. Anyway, with all that out of the way, this video is going to be unscripted. This is going to be one take, so yeah. So, the third and final trailer for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom was released today. And my thoughts on it were, eh. And after watching it, I thought I'd make, my prediction video and, my thoughts on the movie so far, so yeah. I will make a follow-up video to this when the movie actually gets released. So, yeah. But, anyway, let's just get on with this. So, the first trailer, I liked. I thought it was pretty good, I think the plot is a little, at first I didn't like the plot, but it kind of grew on me more, because, alright. So, there's a volcano on Isla Nublar that's apparently going to erupt. So what's going to happen is, we got to get all these dinosaurs off the island and bring them somewhere else. Alright? That's alright to me. And, there are, auctioneers who are, putting the dinosaurs up for auction. Which is alright, that part is, but, that the dinosaurs are just going to escape and, yeah, so on and so forth. But, anyway, that trailer I thought was pretty good. The second trailer, it wasn't as good. There are some things I liked about it, but then there were other things that I just thought, eh. The third trailer, which came out today, I thought it was alright for the most part, but there were some things that I kind of didn't like, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, those are, just my quick thoughts on the trailer, so these are, kind of my predictions and, my thoughts on everything so far, so yeah. Anyway, so, alright, where do I start? I think the movie, personally, I think it's going to be better than Jurassic World, but to me, it's probably not going to beat the Lost World Jurassic Park, Because, if this movie does as good as I think it does, then I'm probably going to rank, all 5 films, alright, Jurassic Park, The Lost World Jurassic Park, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, Jurassic World, and then Jurassic Park 3. Jurassic Park 3 at the way bottom, because Jurassic Park 3, I'm sorry, I think it's a bad film, but anyway, that's enough of that. And, yeah, there are a lot of things that look great in this movie. J.A. Bayona, he, brings a lot of promise to the table, and I actually think that we're going to get a pretty solid movie. Because I haven't seen any of his previous movies, I haven't seen... I forget what they're called, but after watching the trailer, I feel like they're going to be pretty good, Or, yeah, I feel like they're pretty good. Even though I haven't seen them yet. I've only seen the trailer. But, yeah. This is going to be a more suspenseful film than anything. It's not going to be the other films where, there's a lot of action and a bit of suspense. This movie is going to focus on a lot more suspense and a little bit less action, but still a good chunk of action. So, yeah. Again, there are a lot of other things I like. That scene in the trailer that involved Rexy and the Carnotaurus, that was so cool, I actually screamed a little. And, yeah. Because, like I said before, I'm going to say this once and I'm going to say it again. The way I categorize dinosaurs is in, 2 ways. Dinosaurs in general and the Jurassic Park style dinosaurs. Because, the scientifically accurate dinosaurs could be, the other, in general dinosaurs could be, the Isle, or, scientifically accurate, or anything else, and then Jurassic Park is, its own thing for me. But like in like the in general category, like in general, my favorite dinosaur is the Carnotaurus. But in terms of Jurassic Park, I'm sorry, you cannot get better than the T-Rex. And seeing Rexy come out of nowhere to take out the Carnotaurus, that was the coolest thing. I loved that. Now, sadly, the thing I was looking forward to was like, if we were going to get Carnotaurus in this movie, I was hoping that this was going to be like, they were going to be like from the Lost World novel, where they were going to be like chameleon type dinosaurs, like slow moving dinosaurs that could blend into their surroundings. I love that concept for the Carnotaurus. It's different. It's not just like a T-Rex, like a slightly smaller T-Rex. It's not like that. It's like, to me, I think it's unique, and I really like that. And I think with a dinosaur with that ability can add like a really good and suspenseful scene, like in the novel. But the Indominus Rex did have that in Jurassic World, but yeah, I don't think we're gonna get that sort of thing with the Carnos in Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, because they're a lot faster, a lot like built for like they're more like built, not just like chameleons, So yeah, that's something that's a little upsetting for me, but I'm still happy that we're actually getting a Jurassic film with a Carnotaurus. So yeah, but yeah, the Indoraptor. My thoughts on the Indoraptor. I think the Indominus Rex is cooler than the Indoraptor, but honestly, for me, that's not saying much. And I think the Indoraptor is alright. It's nothing perfect. I think it's nothing special. I think it's going to be just like the Indominus Rex, where they're going to go out of their way to make it perfect, where it can get out of any situation. Because that's the one thing I didn't like about the Indominus Rex. It was perfect. It could get out in like any situation. Like, just like what Baylina Production said in one of his videos, his thoughts on Jurassic World. The Indominus Rex could just do anything to get out of that situation. Oh, it can camouflage and change its thermal temperature. And with Chris Pratt's character, he was perfect. There was no flaws with him. But yeah, I think the Indominus. I think the Indoraptor is going to be basically a smaller Indominus Rex that's built, to be more agile, but still. The Indoraptor is okay. Let's see, what else is there to talk about? The use of animatronics. I get why they didn't use animatronics for Jurassic World. I completely understand that. But, the thing is, I think it's a lot cool. Wow. Okay. I think it's really cool that we're actually getting animatronics, because the animatronic of Rexy, sleeping in that, cage thing, that looks really good. I'm sorry, to me, that looks really good, the shot with the Indoraptor over... What's her name? Oh... Lucy or something like that? I don't know. I forget. But, the scene with, the Indoraptor, animatronic over, her bed, and, the Indoraptor is about to eat her, or attack her, or whatever. I think, animatronics like that, that's great. And, again, I understand why they didn't use animatronics for Jurassic World, but at the same time, it's cool that we're getting animatronics. I think the same composer for the soundtrack is coming back for this movie as well. And if that's the case, that's going to be great, because I loved his work on the Jurassic World soundtrack. And my favorite thing that he's done, absolutely hands down, well, granted I didn't hear much of his work, but out of the things that I've heard, my favorite hands down is his work on the Lost Road PlayStation 1 game. To me, that is great. That soundtrack is phenomenal. There is not a single track in that game that I dislike. In fact, the soundtrack in that game is a lot... Wow, okay. I need to calm down, but yeah, the soundtrack for The Lost World for PlayStation 1 is kind of it's the same thing with Donkey Kong Country, where there are some times where, some tracks in that game really do not feel like, game music. In fact, the thing is, like, instead of just like with Donkey Kong Country, there are some tracks that just feel like, like it's not gaming music. Literally every track in that game, like, does not feel like, something you would hear from a game. But that's just me. But yeah, if he comes back, again, I'm not too sure, but I think he's going to do a great job with the soundtrack. I love the soundtrack, like, for the trailer, like for the first trailer, after the T-Rex, or the T-Rex, I need to call her Rexy, but after Rexy, like, comes out of nowhere to take up the Carno and that, like, like, bit of the Jurassic Park theme plays, that sounds great to me, and again, if he does come back, that's going to be great for me, but, yeah. Obviously this is a big thing involving my channel, but, like, the figures, they look pretty good, I have a few right now. Obviously, I have 2 human figures, and I have the Battle Damage Blue and Battle Damage Stiggy Moloch. And as I said previously, I do have the Carnotaurus Lego set. Yeah, I think the figures, look really good, There are some that I'm probably going to skip out on, or there are some that I'm most likely going to skip out on, but some of them look, like, really good. Like, really, really good. So, yeah. And they, like, in terms of, like, like, they come close to being Kenner good, alright? They come close. But I think, like, these figures are way better than what we got for Jurassic World. And I'm even going to say it, I think these figures are a lot better, or, yeah, they're a lot better than what we got for Jurassic Park 3. Like I said, I don't have too many figures, like, what I try to do is, I don't order these online. I try to, like, go out into the stores and find these, and everywhere I look, they're not on the shelves yet. I've been seeing mostly Legos, but, yeah. Those, figures I mentioned, like the Stiggy Moloch Battle Damage Blue, the Carnotaurus Lego set, and the humans, that's all I have, and that's all I've been able to find, sadly. So, yeah. But, in terms of the figures, I think they're going to be great, They're going to be great for collectors, and I think kids are going to have a blast with them. Especially the Super Colossal T-Rex. That thing looks amazing. The only thing that's stopping me from getting it is the size. I need to calm down. I'm getting ahead of hand here, but the only thing that's keeping me from buying that figure is the size. To me, it's just a little too big, but if it was scaled down a little, I would get that in a heartbeat, but yeah. So the figures, the soundtrack, the movie itself, I know I talked about that a little before, but I think it's gonna be alright. Again, like I said, like, it's not gonna be the best. Probably, I think The Lost World and the first movie are gonna be better than this, but I think this is gonna beat Jurassic World. But, like, there are some other things that I think about this movie. Let's see here, like, I don't know if I said this yet, but dinosaurs on the mainland, to me, that's really stupid. And I know we got a scene where the T-Rex, ran around in San Diego at the end of The Lost World. I get that. It worked in that movie because it was the end of the movie and it was only like 15 minutes. I don't want a whole movie to be set on the mainland. And I think, like, some of this movie is going to take place on the mainland too, but it's going to be a lot more than 15 minutes, I think. Hopefully, that's not the case and we don't spend too much time on the mainland, I hope we get to explore Isla Nublar a little bit more before it blows up and everything, but yeah. I'm just trying to think of, I'm just going to get right to predictions here. What I think is going to happen in this movie is that, this is just a prediction, but I'm going to bet for the end of the... This is a potential spoiler, so if you don't want to be... if you don't want to be spoiled, potentially, then don't, listen right here. So, what I think is going to happen is, basically, like, that shot in the third trailer where, like, the Indoraptor is on top of, like, the sky window or whatever. What I think is that basically, the Indoraptor is going to fall through that, and then it's going to land on the Triceratops skull, and then it's going to die. So, yeah. That's what I'm predicting. That might not happen, but still, it's just a thought. But, yeah. So, yeah, that's basically it for this video. I think the soundtrack, you know, if it is the same guy, his name escapes me at the moment, which really is a bummer, but if he does come back, I think the soundtrack is going to be pretty good. It's not going to be John Williams level good, obviously, but I still think it's going to be pretty good. The figures, they look great, and, you know, the movie, again, like, I said this before, but I feel like I'm going to like Jurassic Park, the first movie, and the second movie, The Lost World, a lot more than this movie. But I feel like this movie is going to beat Jurassic World, and especially Jurassic Park 3. So, yeah. For me, I think this movie is going to be in the middle, you know. But, yeah. Anyway, that is it for today. Have a great rest of your week. And, yeah, I'll see you in the next video, whenever that'll be. Peace. Zach out.